My very first craft market is this Saturday. In this video, I'm gonna go through everything that I did to prep for my very first market and what I learned and how I did. Hi, my name is Hunter May. I am the owner of May Crochets. I usually design knit, Tunisian crochet, and crochet patterns, but I decided I wanted to try out markets just to have another avenue of revenue coming in and to see how I do. And another reason is I had a lot of items that I just don't wear very often, and I really want to sell them because I'd rather have someone else enjoy them instead of collecting dust in my closet. I'll show you all the products that I'm planning on selling for this first market. A lot of it consists of things that I've had that I want to get rid of, and then also some things that I made additionally to just have different price ranges throughout all my products. So I'm actually standing in my basement inside my mock-up of what the market is gonna look like with my setup. I am actually sharing a booth with my friend. She does baked goods, so we kind of split the booth half and half. It's helpful that for her baked goods, she doesn't need every single product out. So she just has a 6-foot long table that she'll put like the different varieties of things that she's selling. And then I have a lot of the space, but for the most part, it's split in half. So I can give you a quick tour of what it looks like. So I am using some of my lights to just make it brighter down here because of basements and it makes it super dark. So ignore those. But here is what the booth is gonna look like, minus the fact that we don't have a 6-foot long table, so just imagine it. But for my side, I built all of these wood displays. So the checkout counter, which the video of me making this can actually be found right here. And then I made this dowel board, this shelf, and then I'm gonna bring my mannequin, and then this clothing rack as well. Just going into a little bit of the things that I'm selling. These are a lot of things that I made and I just don't wear a lot, so I'd love to have them rehomed to someone who would wear a lot more than me. Same with like a lot of these bags here, multiple bags. The rest of the stuff I kind of made in preparation for this. So I made these little headbands, some beanies, which these both, the pattern comes from Cameron's Cute Creations. I highly recommend going to check her out. I made these pillow cozies, which are, the pattern is from Miss Moon in Heaven. Also definitely recommend checking her out. These are so awesome. And then I made a lot of bandanas, so many bandanas I don't even have them all out. And this is my pattern, and that's the willow bandana pattern. You can find the tutorial for that pattern right here. This is just my first iteration of these bags. So these are my tiger lily bags. They're Tunisian crochet. I made this one first to just see how it would work. And I thought I might as well sell it because it's just been sitting at my desk collecting dust. And then I made some keychains. So these keychains, I can't remember whose the pattern is, but it's on my Pinterest. More bandanas. And then plant hangers, which this pattern is, this pattern is also my pattern. You can find the tutorial here, and it is a free pattern on my blog. The checkout counter, so I made this as well. So we have shelves in the back, and this can all be taken down. Have some shopping bags in here. And then we will stand back here. I'm gonna get some stools tomorrow so we don't have to stand the whole time. And then she'll have her 6-foot long table here with all decorated and everything. And then all my stuff is over here. So I know it's a lot for my very first market. I kind of went crazy. You definitely don't need to do all this. I just really like woodworking, and this was an excuse to do that. So I decided to build multiple stands for the market. You could definitely go with a cheaper option. I have a clothing rack over there that I bought at Target a while ago, but it's more like metally, and I was like, no, I want all wood. So that is what I did. It is overkill, so don't let that like freak you out or anything. One other thing that I am still DIYing is some logo signs. So we're actually gonna be hanging them from the hooks on my checkout stand, which I should have released a video for that already, so you can go find that video here. I am still in the middle of gluing at this moment, but they should be done by the time that you're watching this video. When it comes to craft shows, I've realized there's so many things that you have to get at the beginning. Not even like product wise, just like miscellaneous stuff that people slowly accumulate while they do craft shows and don't really think about the fact that they needed to get that at the beginning. So I'm going to go through what I've all prepared for the first craft show, all the little tiny things that I've needed to get over time, and hoping that I didn't miss any for this Saturday. So the very first thing that I did is I set up Square. So you can do totally any different point of sale system. I chose Square because they send you a free little scanner that you can plug in your phone if you sign up. So that was awesome to just not have to pay for this. And I input all my products and everything into the Square app, and it's been really nice. But if you want to accept credit cards, you definitely need to do a point of sale system. I'm hoping it'll be nice for tracking my sales in general. So if someone pays for things in cash, I'm still gonna input it into my Square app. That way I can just get the report from that and not have to like track anything manually. So one of the next things I did is I made this little scan to pay sign. So I did this so one, people know that I take cash and card, and then I also put my QR code for my Venmo here. That way people have just different options of paying. I've seen some people do like Cash App and tons of different things. I didn't really want to just get into that. I'm just gonna do Venmo, cash, and credit card because hopefully everyone should have at least those. And then I also put a QR code to my website. That way people can go check me out on there. And I bought these really cute little frames. They were on sale, which was awesome. And then I just made this sign on Canva. I feel like this is also not a necessity. Maybe a quick little sign to say like, oh, I take cash or card. That way you don't have to answer it like 3,000 times, because I'm assuming people are gonna ask that question a lot. So this is just gonna help out with that. Along with that, I also got business card holders. That way I can have my business cards sit out. That way, if someone wants something that I don't necessarily have at that time, or if they just want to check out my website and remember to check it out later, they can do so by grabbing my business card. And I got 2 of these, which is awesome because my friend needs one as well, and they were just super cheap at Staples. Another thing I got was, since I'm gonna be using my phone for a lot of the day for filming stuff and also using Square to record all the sales, I bought these 2 little battery packs. I didn't have like a good battery pack, so I liked these because it felt like it would be like lightweight and not like a bulky thing I had to be connected to. So I will link these down below. I just bought these on Amazon. Watching a lot of videos online, a lot of people said mirrors are great for including in your checkout area vendor stand. So I got this little circle mirror that hopefully will be just good for like if someone wants to try on a hat or their bandana, they can just do that and look in the mirror. And it's just super cute too. It just adds a little something to my dowel board. The next thing I got is some checkout bags. So these ones are pretty small. I have a lot of small stuff, so hopefully they will all fit. My friend got some bigger ones, so I'm hoping to use those for like clothing and stuff if anyone buys that. The other stuff that wouldn't fit are just my bags, and I assume that they can just use it then as a bag instead of putting the bag in a bag. So hopefully that works out well for that. The next thing I got is a letter sign. I thought this one was so cute, and it comes with tons of letter and number options. Every video that I saw said that you should be posting your prices like everywhere. I am individually tagging everything that I can, but things that I can't, like my keychains and my plant hangers, I made this sign instead, and then I only am putting those items on the dowel board where this sign is. That way they don't have to like look around trying to find how much it is. It'll all be on that board. And I bought this on Amazon, and I will link it down below. So I mentioned that I tagged all my items. Let me find an example. Here's a little hat that I made, and here's my little tag. And then on the other side, it has tons of really good information, how to wash it and everything. This tag is a Canva template, and it is by Cameron's Cute Creations, which also designed this pattern. I would highly recommend checking out her YouTube because she does a lot of videos on how to tag things, and her little template for the tags is absolutely perfect. So it just, you can put your logo on it, and then it gives you an option for price, size, and then the care, which is so perfect. So you don't have to write it on every single thing. You just check the little check mark. And then I bought little pins for all my crocheted items just so it's easier to hook in. It's not scary accidentally ripping something or anything. And that's been super nice and really easy to do. The one thing is the tags that I got, they have like a glossy finish to them, and I'm using a gel pen. So if I like put them on right away, they smear. So I've been kind of like setting them out and just letting them sit there for a while, dry, and then I actually tag the item. So I also bought a cash drawer on Amazon, and it came and it was ginormous. And I was like, this is something I do not need. Like, it was so heavy, so big. And a lot of videos that I saw and like talk to people, they say that instead of a cash drawer, they like to just have it on their person. So like a purse or like a wallet belt. I can't remember what it's called, but I remember that I had this little purse that would be absolutely perfect. So I can just like hook it on myself, or I can wear it like a fanny pack. And then I'm gonna go buy a separate wallet that I can put all of my cash in. And that way, if I go to the bathroom or anything, I can just carry it with me and not have to worry about it. But I think this will just be so much better than that ginormous cash box that you can't take around with you, and it was so heavy for no reason. So that's kind of all the stuff that I bought that I just needed to buy to get ready for the market that maybe you don't necessarily think of beforehand, but maybe learn the hard way for your first one. I will update you at the end of the video if I think I forgot anything that I should have bought. But now I kind of wanted to talk about like how I priced my items for the market, and also like how I'm tracking inventory. I love Notion. Notion is my favorite thing ever. If you haven't heard of it, it's kind of hard to explain, honestly. You can make your own databases and track anything, and like you have freedom to like create, it's kind of like a note sheet on the web. I'll show you what my Notion looks like so it makes more sense, but basically I was able to make a formula for calculating how much my product should be. So I create a little database entry for every single product that I have, and I track how much yarn I used and the cost of the yarn, cost of materials. I add the cost of one tag, one pin, my leather tags, I add those on as well. And then I have timed myself for everything that I made that wasn't already made. And then I made myself make 20 bucks an hour for my time of crocheting or knitting. So if something took me 1 hour to make, I get 20 bucks from that. And then I also give myself a profit on top of that, and then that's my total price. So I made a formula on my Notion. That way I just have to type in the materials I used, how many yards I used, and what the cost of that yarn is, and then how long it took me to do it. And then it fully just generates how much I should sell that product for, and it's been amazing. Notion is awesome. I have a link down below to Notion. It is an affiliate link, but it is completely free. So I highly recommend just checking it out. It is awesome. It's a little bit high learning curve, but once you get it, it's amazing. The other thing I wanted to talk about is how I actually found this market. So I'm in a smaller town and a lot of our stuff is just posted on Facebook. So I actually found this market by joining a lot of Facebook groups. So if you are looking for a craft show around your area, I definitely recommend checking out Facebook. Something I didn't realize before I started looking in it is how early you need to sign up. There's one in my hometown that was July, and the due date to sign up was March, which was crazy. And I just think that's like really early. Just know that if you want to do this and you want to do it soon and you're not signed up for anything yet, you definitely need to start looking sooner than you think, because the due date to sign up for a lot of things is super early. I think this one was actually end of March, early April, so this one wasn't that bad. I think this market's going to be fairly small, It's in a gymnasium, so I'm not expecting amazing out of this, but I think it's gonna be a really good first market for me. I have 2 markets that I have signed up in the summer that's outside, and I think we'll do a little bit better than this first one, but I think this one will be really good to just try out. And it's also a drive away. The other 2 are in town, which is nice, but this one is like an hour's drive. So that's gonna be interesting, but we will see how it goes. So yeah, that is what I have. That's everything that I've prepared. It seems like not that much as I go through the whole list, but I've been prepping for like 2 months. Honestly, a lot of that time was just like building my displays. I'm planning on packing everything up Friday night. That way I can just get in the truck and leave. I will show you how I pack everything up when the time comes because I don't want to do that right now. So I will see you guys then. Hello, it is Wednesday. It is 2 days and then the event on Saturday. My friend and I found out that I need to leave the house by 7 a.m. on Saturday, so it's gonna be a really long day. I have a busy day tomorrow and I have a little bit of time today, so I decided I'm just gonna start kind of packing things up, and I've got everything all packed up besides like all the products and decor and everything. Besides my clothes on the clothing rack. You're gonna be shocked like how I fit everything. I'm so impressed. I literally got everything to fit in this tote. All of it. Her decor, hi. Her decor, all my product, which I don't know, does that mean I need more product? Besides those. And then like just a lot of my extra stuff, like my tags, my pins, my business cards, like my square, just everything is just in there. And I'm actually very impressed. Those things obviously couldn't fit, and her sign is being glued right now, so that's why hers stuff isn't here. Wow, I'm really impressed, honestly. Like, obviously these are gonna be like the bigger stuff to have to bring, but to have fit everything in just a tiny little tote, I'm really impressed. I still need to go to Target because, so I have this side bag that I was talking about, but I still need to get a wallet. So I think I'm gonna run to Target and get a wallet, get some pimple patches because this just had to come up right now. I'm so annoyed. And then I think I want to try to get like a garment bag because I saw someone talking about the fact that like it's really easy to like just bring all of your hanging clothes in a garment bag. That way it's professional and you don't have to rehang everything, which sounds awesome. And then I just need to start breaking everything down. I'm kind of wondering how my mannequin's gonna be broken down. We'll find that out, but everything else, break it down, get it all packed up Friday night, since tomorrow night I'm busy and all my stuff is all packed and just ready to go. So I'm really excited. My friend is baking everything Friday, which is insane and crazy, and I'm so happy that I get to make everything months ahead in advance and don't have to prep everything the day before because that seems really stressful. So I'm gonna go to Target and get the last minute essentials, and then I will update you guys when I am loading everything into the truck and how all of my big display pieces end up fitting in the truck. I'm not ready to wake up early at 7 a.m. All right, I'm gonna start loading everything into the truck and start piling everything down and figuring out how to carry it up. It sucks because I have to carry it up the stairs and then out. The stairs might suck, but after that, it's not too bad, hopefully. All right, here's everything broken down. Pretty cool. I totally messed up on this clothing rack and the fact that like, I didn't think about that. Like I thought it could like close, right? These literally run into each other. So this is as small as it gets, but you know, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna try to see if I can get my mannequin to get any smaller, but now it's time to bring it all up the stairs. Hello, it is Sunday. Yesterday was a market. I didn't film anything when I got back home because I was exhausted. And I cannot tell you how sore my body is right now. Why am I so sore? Like, my forearms hurt so bad, like my biceps, my legs were hurting, my back was hurting. I was just a mess. And then I was just tired because it was such a long day. But I think I'm so sore because I was carrying all my wood signs all over the place. Like, my shoulders hurt. Oh my gosh. And like the totes and everything. I had a little rollaway cart that I forgot to show in the previous videos, but that helped a lot. My dad let me borrow it, which was awesome. So like all of our totes and stuff I was able to put on there, which helped a lot. I also used it to take the checkout stand, like the heavy part, in and out, which was awesome because if I had to carry that all the way in, it would have been so hard to do. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that much. Like I just carried in and out. We set up and broke down like really quickly actually. Like I think it was like 20-25 minutes, which with all the stands that we have, that's pretty dang good. But yeah, so let me like walk through how it went. So we first got there, we got to our little place. We didn't have to check in or out, which was interesting. I thought that we might need to. They told us where our table was and we got to the table and it was definitely not a 10-foot by 10-foot space. It was a lot smaller and we had fully planned for the 10-foot by 10-foot. Like I had it all mocked out, you know, in my basement. We talked to the people and we're like, hey, like doesn't really look like we have 10-foot by 10-foot. Like what's going on? And they were like, oh yeah, that's just an approximation. And we were like, okay, well we kind of like planned our space to fit in that size. And she's like, well, talk to your neighbors, like we're all friends here, we can be accommodating, which I think super weird because we paid for a 10-foot by 10-foot space, you know? It seems really weird to not be accommodating on their part, but just expect all the other vendors to help out and move around. All the vendors paid for that size of space, so that doesn't make sense for them to have to shrink their space just for us. Like, the event should have planned it accordingly. Or even like told us that it is approximately 10-foot by 10-foot because they didn't say that. They said you have 10-foot by 10-foot space, which that was annoying. So I actually ended up not using my mannequin because it wasn't gonna fit and we had to like shrink it quite a bit. So that kind of sucked. They also put me right in front of another crochet vendor, which I understand there might be limitations to like how you can do that and where you can place everyone, but I just felt like it wasn't the smartest decision on their part to put us directly across from each other. She had thankfully like a lot of amigurumi stuff, so the stuffed animals, and I don't sell any of those, so I think that helped a little bit. Like we had different product. And then how we actually did at the market. So my friend did really well and she was super excited about it. We did one other one just for her and it was like at a local coffee shop that was a lot smaller and she didn't do that well, but I think it was because she had too many variety of things and she didn't have samples. So this time she did samples, less variety of things, and she did so good. Her samples drew so many people in, and then I was also eating the samples throughout the thing because they were delicious. We were able to kind of get people into the booth with her samples, and then they would take the samples, either buy one of her things, and then they would look at my stuff as well. So it worked really good as a flow. Because I don't know how many people would have just come into my booth right away if it wasn't for her giving out free samples. Like it was like, you get the free sample and now you're in here, so now you can look at everything in here. So I think that actually worked out really well for us. As far as sales went, I didn't get that many sales, to be honest. It was really slow. A lot of the other vendors around too were not doing that well. They thought it was gonna be a much bigger event than it was. It was like a Mother's Day event out, and apparently last year it was really good, but I think they marketed a lot better last year and they didn't this year, which just kind of sucks. But I sold 5 items, which isn't a lot, but one of the items that I sold was a crochet bag. I listed that for $65, so that did contribute to a lot of my total amount, which is awesome. So even though there were only 5 items that I sold, I made $117, $120 minus the fees that Square takes out for credit card payments. So I was really excited about that. Like that felt like a pretty good amount. The fact that it was like small, I think was good because we were still trying to figure out a lot of stuff. I think it was a really good first market for us. It took us a while to figure out our square, trying to like fumble around, trying to figure out like do things the quickest. I think it it was good. I think it was good to be a little bit slow. It was nice because then we also got the time to talk to other vendors and ask about other events around and just kind of talking to them about they liked our setup and things like that. And I did end up trading with another vendor, which I should go grab what I traded. Oh, it's so cute. So this vendor is an art vendor and she prints all her prints. She literally makes all of these with just a mechanical pencil, which is amazing. And I traded her one of my pillow cozies that didn't have a handle because I was telling her they're perfect for like a Ben & Jerry's pint. And she was like, oh, I've been looking for one of those. So I traded with her with some little drawings from her. So here's the first one, literally so pretty. And then here is the second one. They're so cute. I love them. I can't wait. I need to like find a frame to put them in because I think they're just so pretty. Oh, and my friend, she said she made $144, which is amazing. Each of her products were like $3 to $4. So that tells you like how much she sold. Like she sold a lot. Once she got those samples out there, people were like, they would try it and they'd be like, this is delicious. And they would instantly buy something. Perfectly like, oh, I tried that, I'm buying it. Like it was so perfect. Yeah, so that's how we did. The fee was pretty small. So the fee for this one was $45. Then we split it between us. So it was a little over 20 bucks for each of us. So with the price that we made, like we definitely made the money that we spent with a tiny bit more. And we honestly just got experience and learned a lot of things. She learned a lot about what people like and what she needs to make more of. Honestly, what I kind of learned is that that wasn't really my customer base and like kind of who is my customer base. I think my customers are a lot more like teens through like early 30s maybe. And there were a lot of older people and kids, so there wasn't a lot of my customers, which kind of sucks. But there was one girl that came around that was around our age, and she's the one that bought my purse. So I was like, this is my clientele, like where are more of you? But it's a smaller town in the Midwest, so there's not tons of 20-somethings running around going to events like this. And I think it just, once again, wasn't marketed very well, but still, a very good event for our first time. Another thing that I learned is that I need some lower price point items. Something that I want to try to make is little car hangings, and I wanted to kind of lean into what's been popular recently, like a little mushroom hanging or a little flower. So I'm gonna try to do some of those, just some smaller stuff. And I was also thinking of trying little like crocheted magnets, so we'll see how that goes. My next market is in a month, and I think I'll probably vlog that journey as well, see how much better my second one is. I didn't find that there were anything that like I wish I would have brought or like purchased beforehand. So I think I was set up pretty good. One thing I did bring like last minute was I grabbed a trash bag, and that helped a lot actually. I definitely recommend bringing a trash bag. Other than that, I think I was prepared pretty well, even though on the way there, I felt terrified that I wasn't prepared. Like I was like, for some reason I feel very underprepared, but I had months to prepare for this, but I still feel unprepared. So I'm interested to see if I'm gonna feel the same way for the next market or if I'm gonna feel a little bit more confident about it. But yeah, that was my very first market. I'm excited. It was really fun. Even though it was slow, it was so good, and I can't wait to do more. The next ones are outside, so we'll see how those go. I think that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give me a big thumbs up. Comment any questions you have down below. Have you done your first market? Do you do markets? Are you thinking about doing markets? And if you're not subscribed to me already, I would love it if you subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'd love if you checked out some of my other videos as well.